What seems scarier at night than during the day? Mirrors. People walking behind you down the street. The basement. The garage. The kitchen. The hallway. The living room. The office. The bedroom. Basically everywhere but the bathroom. Weird. Windows. I'm terrified someone is watching me but I can't see them. That pile of clothes on my chair. The sun being visible. Legit everything. The dark stretch of sidewalk between streetlights. Being alone in the woods. Churches. Seriously, when they go dark it's actually a bit scary. Have you been in an empty church? It ain't no place of Jesus, tell ya that much. Doors randomly opening and closing. A knock at the door. Debt. Whistling. It's happy and kind of annoying during the day, but so freaking eerie at night. Silence. Recreational park nature trail. I tried that tonight, it was a dumb idea. The forest, you don't wonder what could be out there nearly so much during the day. Black figures that are hard to describe. A child on a swing. Windows, duck windows. I make sure my curtains and blinds are shut every night. I also check to see if all of my doors are locked as well. I don't play around like that. Thank God my boyfriend has a gun. The disturbing thoughts intruding into my mind. My siblings used to have incoherent babbling conversations back and forth at 3 a.m. and laugh in their sleep. So creepy. Whatever the cat is fighting with out in the living room. It's never a lizard or a bug. Reddit. Clowns. A twig snapping. A phone call. Taking out the trash. Slinging slasher. Driving at night. Tomorrow. Looking out the window through the blinds, I get naturally paranoid doing this. Reading the scary Reddit threads. Wind chimes. Hospitals, cemeteries, and seeing someone sitting at the park. Walking home at night seems much scarier, especially if there's someone walking in the same direction behind you. Everything. A house during the night. Aren't you scared that when it's dark something will run at you? Something is hiding. For me, it's absolute silence. Gives me chills, like something is gonna creepily whisper my name soon, I'm sure of it. That's why I have to listen to music or podcasts at night to actually sleep. My open closet. The regrets and self-sexism in the deep of the night when no thought to the contrary has any weight at all in the scales upon which we are measured. Way scarier at night. Abandoned rail yards. The dark. Old county roads in my rural community, way out of town. Not only the possibility of hitting loose gravel and not being found in the ditch for a while, but I always feel like something is waiting for me just outside the visibility of my headlights. Reading paranormal threads. Earthquakes. Lived in LA in the 80s. The later at night the earthquake hit, the longer it took to get Lucy and Kate to Caltech to tell us WTF just happened. Going to my basement to do laundry. An open field. Cornfields. There is one behind my house and it creeps me out at night to look out there and not know if someone in there looking back at me. But during the day it's fine. My neighbor's wife howling mid-climax, quite terrifying indeed at 2 a.m. Dolls or stuffed animals. When I was in the 4th grade, I had a life-sized Scooby stuffed animal. We moved to a new house, and at the new house on the first day, I put the Scooby in the chair next to the window without thinking much of it. Went to bed without a clue I had left Scoob there. Later I woke up to the shadow of a robber sitting and staring at me. I was so terrified that I stayed awake until sunrise. You can bet I made sure Scoob was nowhere near the window after that. The shadows. Most churches. Anything in the woods that isn't a tree. Trees. Being alone. Fishing in the middle of a lake. Wild cougar screams. They literally sound like witches. Long hallways. Tomorrow. Homework you didn't do. Going to the bathroom. All of a sudden, my cozy home feels like a ghost maze. Walking alone. That coat rack with that jacket suddenly is in the shape of an axe murderer. Raccoons and cats. A random dude saying, hey. A group of dudes saying, hey. An abandoned shed. Forests. Not being able to sleep. Shower with a closed curtain. Earthquakes. It's way scarier to be woken up by one at 2 a.m. than to have it hit when you're shitting in the middle of the day. The doorbell ringing. It's scary enough when it rings during the day. Cemeteries. Being on a canoe in the middle of the night is very unsettling. Back in high school, I was out with my buddy on a small river at about 10 p.m. Super eerie and quiet. Had I not been stoned out of my mind, I would have probably shit myself. Trees. The ocean. As someone who has been on a boat at 4 a.m. in the middle of a large amount of water with no noise besides the few cars driving on the highway nearby, it is one of the scariest feelings. You can't see anything under you, or around you for that matter. I don't recommend it. For me it's a variety of things. Firstly, and the most obvious one, is a basement. A basement is still eerie in the daytime, but in the dead of night it's panic-inducing. Closets get me if I'm watching scary YouTube videos. Something about laying in bed facing the wall and then rolling over to see a closet open in the dark freaks me out. Attics are my number one. After seeing The Grudge, I can't F***CK with attics unless I'm carrying a flamethrower up there with night vision goggles, and a live grenade. It's a genuine fear though, as those places create a sense of the unknown and places for real threats to hide, such as an intruder. Check out Mr. Nightmare on YouTube if you like real scary stories. He has a calm and creepy voice with no BS that you see with other YouTubers these days. Cheers. Windows, mirrors, basically anything where I'm scared I'll look and find something terrifying looking back at me. I don't know about you guys, but seeing the sun at night is pretty ducking scary for me. Basically any room. There's day darkness with blinds etc., but then there's night darkness. That dark darkness that seems like it sucks you into an endless void. If that makes sense lol. Eyeballs. Shadows. Sewers. Humans and the sun and mirrors. The blinds, curtains on the window being open. Mirrors at 3 a.m. A massive bright light in the sky. Country roads. Animals outside at night which make weird noises. Playgrounds. 1. Find a playground. 2. Go to it at night. 3. Not scared? Congratulations. You're the ghost of a dead kid. Flying a kite at night. There's something about it that's just so unwholesome. Clowns. During the day, funny entertainment. At night, murderous vicious beings that want to eviscerate you. Stairs. Especially a staircase with open risers, something could reach through to grab at your legs. A nice brisk walk in the middle of the woods by yourself, no flashlight. Thunderstorms. The jacket hanging on my door. Your cat creeping into your bedroom, crawling under the bed and loudly vomiting. Especially if you only wake up after the cat has just started vomiting. The whole house. I ain't scared of the dark. But what could be in it? The wind outside my window and voices of people in the far distance. Trees. Those stupid little sounds which make you think that something's in your house. Literally any noise made within your house. Open water, lake, ocean, pond. An unlit first floor of a house. Can't remember how many times my sis and I bolted up to our room on the second floor as soon as I switched off the lights on the first. School buildings. Literally everything. Bathrooms, doors, fans. A crying girl. Men. Walking on the streets as a woman. The dark or the basement. Driving. There may be less people, but that's when the animals start running about. Literally any sound I don't immediately recognize. Black cats. Dogs. When my Rottweiler breaths, I think it's human as he breathes slow. A bear shitting in the woods. Statues. People walking on the street alone. The basement stairs. Ghosts. Darkness. Pooping with the lights off. Anything, especially if you're scared of ghosts. The human brain looks for faces in anything. Just try to go to sleep and don't open your eyes. You will find a face, and stay up all night watching it and realize that the face is a pile of clothes. In the morning you will now feel like an idiot and be really tired for work, school, whatever you may have. Especially keep your eyes closed if you're really stressed at the current moment. Silence. My chair. Back alleys. Hallways. Paintings. My closet. During the day it's where my clothes and shoes are. At night it's where scary shit lives, and if that door creeps open I'm sleeping with the lights on. What doesn't? Serial killers. Never good but much worse at night. Clowns. This whole forking thread. Flushing the toilet. The hoodie on the back of my door. The sun. Walking through a park. Slightly open closet door which seems to get wider every time you wake up. Wait, didn't I close it before I slept? Walking down a hallway. Dolls. Ducking everything. Piles of clothes. Pigeons. Pigeons at night. No thank you. Rubbish stuff you don't know what it is. BC the night makes it look like something different. I recently went to throw out a bunch of creepy dolls my kid had, but we didn't have any room in the outside bin, so I put them next to it. A few days later I went to take more rubbish out, forgot the creepy doll box was there, and BC there is very little light where our bin is. I freaked out. BC creepy dolls were looking at me in the dark. I moved the box the next day to somewhere else where it's not at all visible. Smiley face. Horror movie ads. My desk. Coupon.